welcome back, everybody, to the Loading Up Podcast. I am your host, Producer Jerry, and we are back in full force. I got Brother Terry back. How's it going?
My ears, goddamn, you got excited.
I gotta liven it up, man. You gotta keep the energy going.
I am not okay with that.
And we also got Brother Zay with us.
Hey, what's going on, peoples?
How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Yeah,
going great.
Just good, just good. Like that's it. Nothing.
No, man, you know me. I cause problems everywhere I go.
Don't.
I want you to know I didn't write this in the chat this morning, but I thought about Brother Zay and I was like, I fucking hate that we have the same name. Get sick of these niggas.
AJ.
Yeah, I was like, and I was like, this is why I like Producer J more. I don't gotta worry about it.
It's different enough.
And I don't know what caused. I think I was cranky this morning. I don't know what that was about. I literally was thinking that walking. I was like, oh, fuck this shit.
That's crazy.
I didn't say it, but I just wanted you to know I thought about you. You can't say I don't ever think of you.
So what you guys been playing lately? Because it's kind of been a while since we recorded together. Because we recorded last week's episode like the day after our previous week.
Yeah.
So we kind of took like a
Sonic
2-week break. Oh, you got through Sonic Frontier?
I'm still playing it. What you talking about? That shit gives me a headache.
Open world games, am I right?
It is so good for a Sonic game.
It really is.
And then like there'll be moments where like he's really going too fast, and you're like, holy fuck.
Nice.
And you're like, that's a lot. But then you're like, that's what you want, Sonic to be this
Stop
fast.
selling me on these games. I'm already have a huge backlog.
That's for you to get
I
through,
mean,
not
yes,
me.
but you keep talking about these other games. Because I was thinking about getting Sonic 2, but it's like...
Sonic's a sleeper because it's really good. You know, the story, the open world is not as boring as people make it out to be. It's good. There's a lot of stuff to do.
Honestly, the open world to me is the best part. Like all the little platforming things. This is like really cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, the story might be the worst part.
Actually, I heard the opposite.
But fuck them. Like they don't. I don't know what they're getting at, but like this platforming and this quick timing like combos fighting sequence, if you get me in this game, I'll be like, I gotta keep going. I gotta see what else I can unlock.
Nah, I heard because like apparently I was watching videos on it, and apparently they hired one of the Sonic has like a comic. It's kind of unofficial, but the writer of that comic was hired to do the story for Frontiers. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that happened in the comic was also happening. Well, maybe not happening directly in the story itself, but it's like referenced or whatever. And apparently, in Frontiers, it makes every game canon. Every Sonic game is canon, apparently.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm not, just because I said that to be the worst part of the story doesn't mean the story is not good. The story is actually really good. To me, I like the other stuff more than the story.
Yeah, because it's more open world and the platforming and the challenges than it is story. You get bits and pieces of the story as you're like fighting the bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
And the bosses, and some of the bosses are actually really good. And some of the bosses are like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Absolutely. It's crazy.
Well,
sorry to make you want to play this game even more.
Well, my son's birthday is coming up, so maybe I'll use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Buy it for yourself.
I'll do
use that Brother Zay.
I'll do what Brother Zay did. Get it for him. What it's money for me.
Dang, you're gonna have to shout me out like that.
You shouted yourself out.
You did this to yourself. No one made you do this.
Zay, what are you playing?
So I ended up finishing Hi-Fi Rush. I also finished Hogwarts Legacy.
You finished it already?
Absolutely.
It came out last week.
Listen. Don't judge me. Don't sit here and judge me. I play games, okay? I didn't come here to play around. I waste no time. I got a Monday night when I came out of work because I flew to New Zealand, like every other Xbox owner. And I got it and I played it nonstop. I couldn't put it down. You know, I left it on quick resume and everything. I would wake up early, play it, go to work, come back home, play it.
Ace.
I was determined.
He was entrenched in the Hogwarts.
I was captivated by the world.
I'm more mad about his joke than anything.
What's the joke?
He's like, I didn't come here to play. I didn't come here to play games. I came here to play video games. I'm like, I hate it.
It's a little bit contradictory.
I say that simply because we know that producer Jay has a giant backlog and he just gets games but doesn't finish them.
Listen,
he's in a horror. We already know this.
All right, you will be happy to know that I have been making progress in playing more games instead of focusing on just one like I normally do. So I've been playing Hi-Fi Rush, obviously, because that's the one I kind of just started after God of War. And then when Hogwarts Legacy dropped, shout out to Brother Jay for hooking a brother up, because I didn't buy it. So I've been playing that. I didn't get too far into it just because, like, so because I'm obviously if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that's the video I recorded. So, but I restarted it because I wanted to record like the beginning part. I don't know. I feel like I have to do that. I can't just start like midway through the game and record it. I feel like that's weird. But yeah, so I had to. So technically, I didn't I had to stop where I was at and then restart just so I can get the footage from the beginning. But anyway, so I've been playing that a little bit, and I also started Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Oh,
because they just released the update, but it was actually delayed on Xbox because I don't even know. I can't even explain it. I kept trying to look it up.
So the delay happened because they couldn't get people's saves from the original to save successfully and transfer over to the cloud without messing it up. People were getting the Series X update and they would see no saves there. So they had to stop it, go back and fix it, and then they did a workaround so where people can keep their saves and still to get the update for anybody who may have potentially lost a save or anything like that. It was a big thing, but they got it. It's working now.
Yeah, so I was actually gonna play it the day that the update came out, but then I saw this thing. But little did I know, because I never actually started the game, I could have just started playing it. I wasn't affected. It was only affecting people who had already saved games on it.
Yes.
But since I didn't have one yet, I could have started it fine, so I waited for no reason. But yeah, so I started playing that the other night and been having fun. I mean, I always liked the Dragon Ball games, even though it's kind of like
it's the story. It's
the story. You just play the story game. That's usually how anime games work. You just play the story. But I don't know. I feel like because I'm more nostalgic about Dragon Ball, I can tolerate it.
It was still a fun game. If you like Dragon Ball, you're gonna like Kakarot.
Yeah, and it adds more to it than just here's the story, here's what happened. There's a lot of in-between parts that make up for it.
Oh yeah. A lot of the side missions were filler episodes, and it was cool to play them.
Yeah, that's the cool part. But I can't wait until, hopefully it was leaked, but Xenoverse 3.
Oh,
have you guys played those games? The Dragon Ball Xenoverse games?
I have.
I got to play it. I never actually got the chance to buy one. They always look fun.
No, I like them because, again, it's plain story, but it has a twist where basically you change the outcome of just you go back in time and change the outcome. Instead of Goku dying in the beginning, I don't know, Piccolo dies, just as an example, and then something different happens then. It's really interesting, and I like that kind of twist to it, so it's not just rehashing the same thing. But
so that's cool. The same. No, actually, I have no opinion. I just think that's cool.
That is an opinion.
That is an opinion. Thinking that it's cool.
That's right.
But yeah, so I've been playing more games, so you'll be proud of me.
I am.
Is that?
That. So we can just get into the news because we kind of since our hiatus, well, not really, but our personal hiatus from our end, it left us a lot to cover, but obviously a lot of it's outdated as we speak. But
Yeah.
we'll get to some of the more relevant stuff.
We still want to prefix this with that some of this stuff may be a little older, but not everything. We're gonna try and catch us all up because a lot has happened, and a lot of the news has come and gone. Maybe people know about it, like this next one with Skull and Bones. I don't know if you guys heard about the Skull and Bones playtests. They actually had people come on, try the game, but they had to sign an NDA where they couldn't talk about it, they couldn't record any footage, and according to insiders, Tom Henderson on Twitter, he's spoken to many of the playtesters, and it's not looking good. People are wondering how anybody would ever pay $70 for this type of game, and even one of the playtesters broke the NDA and said, "This game is definitely not good. Don't get it."
Damn.
Now, of course, it's people are under NDA, so not allowed to talk about it. So who knows if that person was actually part of the playtest? I was invited to do the playtest, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to waste my time on something I know it's gonna be garbage.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, humble flex. Goddamn.
Right?
I'm just. I mean,
I chose not to play it.
I mean,
Cool.
from what they showed of the video of Skull and Bones, I was immediately not interested. I was like, I'd rather just play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
At least in Sea of Thieves, you
love
can
Sea
get
of
off.
Thieves.
Yeah, you could get off your ship and go on the island. Skull and Bones is basically like you have to like
Stay on the ship.
Stay on the ship, go next to the island, and trigger a scene where you can cut down the tree to get like the tree and the wood and stuff. It's so
Crazy
dumb.
is that this game was technically supposed to be sort of like a spin-off of Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, because people liked the ship combat so much that they decided to make it its own game, and it hasn't even released yet. And it's like, yo, you had all this time. That came out like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, they had a lot of time, and they're not hitting the mark apparently.
A lot of time and nothing to show for it is what it sounds like.
That's Ubisoft.
Yeah, I mean, they're going through enough trouble canceling a whole bunch of games and delaying Skull and Bones for like the 9th time. So,
I mean, what can you say? I mean, I don't fault them for trying because they need a win, but it's like, how many times can you try before you just throw in the towel?
I know you need this, but damn it, get your shit together. I can't help you, sir.
So we'll just continue right on. So the Nintendo Direct came out, and they ended up shadow dropping Metroid, the remastered version, which was awesome. It's getting rave reviews. Everybody's playing it on their Switch, and the physical edition hasn't come out yet, but you can pre-order that if you want to, like the box and everything. But the digital, you could play it right now, and everybody is loving it. If you have a Switch, you're playing Metroid right now.
I mean, Metroid.
Speak for yourself, brother. Speak for yourself, brother. Don't put me in that line. I don't like being generalized like that.
You're not playing it?
No.
I thought you were on your Switch Flow.
Yeah, what happened? Nintendo game.
I am Nintendo gang.
No.
Never been a Metro Prime person though. You're the honest truth.
How? Metro Prime.
Not for nothing. I never played. I played the first one. I never beat it, and then that's it.
I think I played the first one, almost beat it. And then at that point, I was like, you know what? This is not really for me.
I will not stand for the disrespect. Okay,
It's not
There's no
disrespect.
disrespect. Like,
Never said it wasn't a great game. It just wasn't for me, unfortunately.
Metro
I was
Prime
like,
is probably one of the best Metroids out there.
probably.
I mean, it probably is. I mean, didn't they? Well, they're still making Metroid Prime 4, right?
Oh, who knows
Yeah.
about that? That's been sort of in development since forever.
Yeah.
For what?
They canceled it or they rebooted it like internally
Yeah.
because they were gonna make it, and then they did. I guess Nintendo didn't like where it was going, and then they just changed it up. It's like, nope.
Nintendo doesn't
Fix
like
it.
money. They can make a lot of money if they just make the games that people want.
No, see, that's the
Still-
thing. Nintendo
don't know.
does do that, but it's like they do it in little bits and pieces. Like they'll give you a little bit of what you want, and then you want more, and they'll be like, nah.
Yeah.
I'll give you shit. I'm still mad that I thought of like Mario American football. I'm still waiting for that to come out. This is bullshit. I need it.
Football, actually, that actually would be pretty entertaining.
I know it would, but yet here we are not getting it, and it makes me upset every day.
Yeah.
Because
Every
they
other-
have to make games that are more like have a broad appeal. I don't think people in Europe want to play a football game.
Yeah. The world
There is-
doesn't play American football. The world plays, European football.
Furthermore, there is an NFL league in Europe. Don't play me. There's
Okay.
also one in Africa and one in Japan. Don't blame me. I watch these sports.
Like that I'm learning about this today should tell you a lot.
It's your problem, not mine. As I watch all this as I watch Prince of Tennis, the anime. Don't play me.
No, but going back to Metroid, it seems like the shadow drop strategy is working.
It's working.
So maybe Sony should get on that. Because Xbox had a shadow drop, Nintendo had a shadow drop. Where you at, Sony?
What are they gonna shadow drop?
I don't know.
They don't have any
Shadow drop. Shadow drop the Atreus game that supposedly is happening.
Then if that's gonna
Imagine
take
they
like
did that.
4 or 5 years.
You don't know. It
Yes.
could have been in development alongside. You know how
No.
'cause God of War was delayed. It was supposed to come out 2021.
The Atreus game.
No,
That's gonna be a smaller game to begin with. So if it's real,
Isn't the only game that Sony has coming out for the rest of the year is Spider-Man 2?
supposedly.
Okay,
I
so what else? What are they gonna shadow drop?
I doubt that, honestly. They should probably have something coming out soon.
They
I
have
mean-
they have a lot of timed exclusives. Like they got Final Fantasy.
Wait,
Both the
7?
two Final Fantasies, 7.
7 and 14, or 7 and
7 and 16.
Sorry, 7 and 16.
Yeah.
Well, that's for right now. That's exclusive. They don't want it on Xbox because it's already. It's Final Fantasy 7 remake has been already what, a year and a half after its supposed exclusivity is supposed to be up, and it's still not on Xbox. So, according to my books, that's a PlayStation exclusive.
To your
Yeah.
books. You're crazy.
They also got the wait. Does that come out next year? Silent Hill. Is that next year or this year?
Yeah, but if that's a multi-plat, not a first party, right?
I know. That's what I'm counting exclusives in general.
He's asking the question. He's like, yeah, but that's not my like.
I was thinking just exclusive, for the system. Like, if
Oh,
that's
just
the
like
case-
first party? I have no
yeah,
idea.
because it's only like Metro
It's
Prime is only on Nintendo. Hi-Fi Rush is only in the Xbox ecosystem, so they could do that. So what does Sony have besides the Spider-Man 2 that's supposed to be coming out this year that they can shadow drop?
I mean, we don't know. We just have to wait till they shadow drop it.
Yeah, but
It could be
did
that
it-
freaking
They didn't have a
Ratchet and
conference
Clank.
coming up.
They have
you
a
know?
conference last year, so they're like overdue for announcements.
Yeah, they don't have another state of the play coming up. There's no big announcements or showcase or anything. What is Sony doing? Why did I get the PS5? What is going on here? I need something to play.
So why did I get the PS5? That's crazy.
No, I saw this TikTok and it kind of made me laugh because I was like, they got the PS5 and then they started playing Spider-Man and God of War and the other Miles Morales, like the two Spider-Man games. I'm like, all that is on PS4.
Yeah, all of
You
it.
really didn't need a PS5 for that, but okay.
Yeah. I
No
mean,
matter-
I was even upset because I'm on the PS5 looking for The Last of Us 2, and it's not there. I can't find it. I come to find out it's only a PS4 game.
Yeah.
But the first part is got remastered and stuff for PS5 like twice, but you can't even get the PS5 version of The Last of Us 2. I was pissed. I turned off the PS5. I was like, fuck this, going back to my Xbox.
Wait, so you got mad
I
because a
got
game
mad
didn't
because
exist?
it's only, yeah, I know it exists, but only for last gen. Like, come on. I was excited to wanting to play it simply because I'm watching the show, and I was like, you know what? Let me finally play The Last of Us 2, despite it being, you know, not that I hear from people, not that great of a game compared to the first one. So I said, let me see if I could play The Last of Us 2. And then it's only PS4. I said, you know what, man?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
I'll play it eventually. I have it. I got it when it came out, and I still haven't played it.
you got it like on a physical disc?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a gift, but
Let me borrow it. I'll beat it before
Let me borrow
I mean,
it.
yeah, you probably beat it before I even glance at it again.
Let him talk to you like this. Be better.
So
Actually, I also I don't mean to go back to this, but I've also been playing Death Stranding.
Oh, okay.
Because I finally, I mean, it's been a minute, but my PC is up to par, so I can play these games. I was playing it on Gamepass
over here.
But yeah, Nintendo Direct. It wasn't really anything. Oh, the freaking Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
what's going on with these $70 games?
Yeah, they really have to stop that. I was literally about to mention that.
You know, so like, okay, I understand to a certain extent the $70 price tag for new next gen games. You know what? Like, at this point, it's gonna happen. You might as well accept it. You know, I tried to fight against it. I don't like it. I'm not saying I like it.
We all tried. We all tried. That inflation. Well, I was against it when it turned to 60. So like, I definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely against
games.
it.
You remember that $50 games?
I absolutely remember $50 games. I remember $40 games. I'm like, oh, this shit's a dream now.
So I can kind of understand the reason behind. Like, you can make an excuse, whether or not it's a good one. That's beside the point. What is the excuse for a Nintendo Switch game that has always been $60 since launch to jump up to $70? It's literally the same. Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom. It looks exactly the same as Breath of the Wild. No improvements. It's the same game, just with like more added content.
How is, on that note, how is the Switch gonna handle all the new mechanics and everything for this new game? You know, because the Switch is what, 7-8 years old already. It could barely run games at 30 frames per second. Like, this is not next gen, people. We need to do better.
Hold on. Is the Switch really 7 years old?
When did it come out?
Hold on, I gotta look it up.
I think it's like 7 or 8 years old.
It's like 7 or 8 years old. Hold on.
I gotta see it. Has it really been 7 years?
It came out in 2017.
Oh my god!
It's about to be 7 years.
That is 6 years, almost. March, literally in like 2 weeks, it will be 6 years.
Come on, we're 6 years into the cycle of this system. Like, when are we gonna get another Switch? Is it gonna be more powerful?
Apparently not. Nintendo said they're ramping up Switch. See, that's the thing. That could mean other Switch SKUs, but they haven't said. They just said they're increasing Switch production over the next year.
Yeah, but that's because everybody keeps buying them.
Yeah,
I'm at fault. I have 2. You know,
you cannot complain.
I have 3.
Yeah, you see,
Oh fuck!
the world can't get away from Nintendo Switch, or just Nintendo in general. They come out with a new console, people are gonna buy it till people are gonna buy 1 or 2, 3 of them. So we need to stop buying Nintendo Switches so that way we can get a better Switch. Because I don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom on a system that's gonna run at 25 frames. Like, that's garbage.
That's the problem with the whole price increase, because you're playing it at not worse quality, as it's the same quality as the first one.
Yeah.
So there's no justification for it to be $10 more. Like, granted, people say, "Oh, it's just $10." It's like, yeah, but then what's to stop them from increasing it $20, $30? If you're just gonna accept it, then they can just charge you whatever you want.
Yeah, and people were online like, "Oh, but you can use that Nintendo voucher, so you get 2 games for $100."
Bitch,
What?
a Nintendo voucher? Why is it $70 to begin with? Fuck this.
That's the thing.
I should have
making
taken
up
the voucher.
excuses. Yeah, they're just making up excuses so they can continue paying Nintendo more and more money. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. But that's the thing. Nintendo, they get away with it because people just eat their shit up. They'll complain about it, but they'll still buy it.
Oh,
that's the thing.
They'll complain about it. They'll be like, "Man, this is $7, but it's great," because they already brought like 3 of them.
People are gonna pre-order.
It's like, man,
people are always gonna pre-order this shit regardless. Like, no matter how much
damn,
it is.
I really don't want to spend this $70. Swipe.
Also, the personal thing, it's definitely only gonna get worse because I've definitely seen people like pre-order like golden versions or platinum version of games for like $200 to $150.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "This game is trash. I don't know why I ordered it." I'm like, "You spent $200 on a pre-ordered game. The fuck did you think?"
I'm gonna be honest. I've done that a few times.
Bet you have. You have.
Okay, it was. I didn't hate the game.
I want to hear yours.
I did it for.
I want to hear yours.
I did it for the WWE game. 2K22. I bought the most expensive version.
Of course you did.
I think it was like $120, $130.
Why did you buy it?
Get that shit on Gamepass now.
I have like less than 5 hours on it.
Yeah. And it's on Gamepass, and all the DLC is like $5 now.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to with wrestling. That's, I don't know.
Tell me why you bought it. Tell me why you bought it. I knew it. It's okay. No one judge.
And I'm gonna buy the new one too. I have a problem.
We already knew.
Apparently, yes.
We already knew. Don't worry about it.
See, we just got to get people to not buy as many. You know, we need people to stand up and say, "Hey, listen, do better to Nintendo. You know, do better." People say it all the time.
But
to
Xbox. The fucking producer Jay bought 2K games. What you mean do better? It's too late. There's no better.
That's 2K. We're talking about Nintendo, okay?
Whatever.
All right, no fighting.
No, but seriously, like I really don't understand the justification for this, and people are still gonna buy it, so it really doesn't matter.
No fighting. That's right. Brother Jay's not in this episode. He's gonna hear this again, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be worth it.
Hold on, what you mean?
I'm right.
So,
look, I am right when I say those things.
We're gonna jump right into some more news. This is some Xbox news. They have a new program called Xena, and it's a powerful emulation project from the same developers who ported Dolphin to Microsoft's Universe Windows platform. Dolphin was a popular emulator which allows you to play Nintendo Wii and GameCube games on a Windows PC, and to that end, Xena archives similar ends for 360 games that you may own, so it'll be easier to play all the old Xbox 360 and old original Xbox games, as well as old Nintendo Wii games and everything right on your console.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people don't talk about. Granted, it's emulation, so you still have to do a little work to get it running. But when you do, because I've done it, it runs very well. I was trying to show off to my brother. It was like a year ago. I was playing Luigi's Mansion on my Series X, and he was like, "How the hell you did that?" I was like, "Maybe you should have went with Xbox," because he got PS5.
Dang,
that's petty.
That was dirty.
It's petty.
That was dirty.
Petty.
No, but this is like a really big deal because like a lot of the complaints was that because they stopped the 360 backwards compatible. Well, they didn't stop it. They stopped making more games backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So now there's an opportunity for the rest of the library to be ported over through Xena or Xenia, whatever.
Yeah, and that's perfect because people have the disc but can't play it because it's not available on the backwards compatible. So now they can use these programs and just play those games that they want.
They just announced that they were shutting down well, not shutting down, that they were removing certain games from the 360 marketplace
Yeah. Oh no, that
for like
actually was
licensing
reversed.
reasons. Oh, they reversed it?
Yeah, that was actually reversed. They came out and said, no, that's not true. We're reversing that decision like a week later because people were upset. And then they're like, no, don't worry. It's fine. Everything's fine. The marketplace is
Okay.
still open.
No. The marketplace is open, but certain games were gonna be removed from it.
Believe the lie. Don't.
I see what you're saying. Certain games just yeah. Certain games definitely was be removed, but the marketplace will still be open because they were
Yeah.
the whole marketplace is going to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this program allows for easier access to older games, 360, Xbox, even Nintendo games that are older. So this program is very deep. You could download it right now on your Xbox or PC and just start emulating games. It's not that hard. I was actually doing it. I was about to do it on the Mac, but then, my Mac was like, no, we don't do that here.
I would not allow it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I would not allow you to support a Microsoft product.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really thought you were gonna say I was gonna do it here, but I was like, we gotta record, so man.
No.
I was so ready for that. I don't know why.
No, I have enough trouble with this Mac. I gotta get it. I gotta step it up and get into the PC market.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Join
it,
the
okay?
brotherhood.
You just upgraded.
And it's glorious.
Yeah. I was so close like a month ago of buying a pre-built from Micro Center. It was like a 3080 pre-built. It was insane for like 1,800. I was like, oh, I may do it.
That's a lot, though.
I mean, but it was a 3080. It was high end. It was a really, really good pre-built. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to do it. Because there are pre-builts out there for like $3 or $4,000. So,
Yeah, that's true.
for 1,800, and it comes with the warranty and everything from Micro Center, it was perfect. But I didn't do it. I was responsible. We got bills to pay and family to feed.
Disappointing.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. Wow.
The day you think of your kids in this time, I need you not to.
You need to play GameCube games, okay?
Don't do that to me. I miss them every day. It say didn't say it, but I really miss backwards compatible games. It was the shit. Miss it every day.
That was another thing that came out from Nintendo specifically, was that they allowed they had Game Boy and Game Boy Color games coming to Nintendo Online, which was really dope. But it was also a missed opportunity because they put absolutely no Pokemon games on there.
Yeah, honestly, I was very disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because as you know, I'm on my Pokemon journey. I'm trying to catch them all.
Yeah.
And it's been very frustrating to try and gather all these games in one place. I've had to spend money because it's just impossible to find otherwise.
I had to spend.
Yeah.
And if they would have put these Pokemon games on Switch, it would have made things so much easier. Because I wouldn't have to freaking go on my DS and then transfer it over to the 3DS and then transfer it over to the Pokemon Home. It's a headache.
Oh.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
think we were doing shit? You think we were doing shit for your convenience here, motherfucker?
I mean, this is
I came
Nintendo.
It's
Exactly.
money only. Your inconvenience. I don't care if it's efficient. Can't hit for the dollar
But-
bill.
Get your facts right there. Nintendo don't give a fuck.
They don't. But I can't complain too much because the fact that it's possible is, I guess I should be appreciative
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
right there. That's that
Yeah, it's
Nintendo
possible. Just
attitude.
run through these.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they get away with it.
Exactly.
That should
Exactly.
be.
Prime example right here on the Loading Up podcast.
I should be thankful.
Prediction Day.
I'm a Nintendo simp. What can I
should be
say?
thankful that I
There we go.
have the
At least you admit
opportunity.
it.
Kind of shit. I've never heard.
No, but even then, like the lineup is kind of whack. Let's be honest. I mean, it'll get bigger, but it's like, come on, you got to start with like the heavy hitters. At least some of them.
That's an excuse. It will get bigger. I love the 64 lineup didn't get bigger. When
You
they
have
do
to
job
think
to-
it would get bigger. You think they're gonna just leave it the same? If they do, then
They
I
will.
mean-
They got your money already. They don't care
I
about
told you this.
Okay?
They didn't come here to.
Yeah, they haven't put games yet.
They didn't come here to be
They
nice.
haven't updated it.
They came here to get the
Yeah.
dollar bill. Why are you questioning me? Give me the money.
No, it's funny because I saw somebody on Twitter, because I was responding to, I forgot who, but I was saying that this is why Nintendo can get away with stuff, like basically what we were just talking about. And then someone responded me to saying about the Game Boy games being added to Nintendo Switch Online. It's like, oh wow, how greedy of them to add games for me to play. I was like, they put it behind the paywall. Like, it's not like they just gave it to you. You have to pay monthly to play these games. You can't even buy them.
Yeah, no, that's the frustrating part, because when they dropped Pokemon League, Pokemon Puzzle League on the 64, I was like, oh, let me go see if I could buy it, and it was like nowhere to be found. I put my Nintendo Switch down and I almost went and cried.
Yeah, it's
my favorite game out of the Nintendo series, Nintendo 64 series, and they didn't have it to buy. I was like, they could make so much money. Just allow me to buy it. What is wrong with you?
they want that non-stop money, not that one-time money.
It wouldn't be one time. It's, first of all, it's Pokemon. You know, it's gonna make money.
They're gonna make money from you paying monthly to play.
No, I'm not. I refuse. You hear me? I refuse. I'm taking a stand.
You can't refuse.
No. Producer Jay can't refuse. I'm refusing.
Give us the money, bitch. No, you want to.
No.
Whatever.
So I said, no, why you lying?
No. I refuse to pay for it. Nope. Not
Are you
doing
lying?
Let's move on.
Never. Never. Now I'm still being dramatic.
All right, so we're gonna get to a little bit of Xbox news and some FTC and the UK CMAs. They came out with a report. The CMA came out with a report claiming that Microsoft's internal analysis shows a declining percentage in game-based sales 12 months following their addition on Game Pass. And Twitter went wild. Just that one headline alone, they were sharing it, tweeting it out, saying Xbox is dead, they can't sell games. And that's not what, it means. But of course, people are going to twist the words and headlines. They're not even going to read the article, what it actually means. No. So Microsoft came out and actually responded and said, developers are paid very well to have their game on Game Pass. So although base sales may initially be down, it actually shows that the developers are happy and are willing to put their games on Game Pass for the fees. So there's two sides to the story, and one side just went completely off the wall and just said Xbox is dead. We won't have to worry about it.
What got me was that people were they were trying to not misquote, but trying to be like a pull a gotcha moment, because Phil Spencer, I think in like 2018, said that Game Pass leads to more sales. And so I actually went and looked, and so he didn't directly say that, because what people were making it out to be is that, that applies to every game on Game Pass. Every game on Game Pass leads to more sales for that game, when that wasn't the case. He was talking about two games in particular, which was at the time Forza Horizon 4 and State of Decay 2. So those were on Game Pass, and he said what they noticed is that it led to more sales within that month, or I think it was like 6 weeks or something like that. Yeah, so he didn't say, Game Pass, a game being on Game Pass leads to more sales. He said they noticed two games that had increased in sales after they were on Game Pass. And just the amount of, I guess, just out of context, like gotcha moment, like, he's lying, Phil Spencer's a liar. Like, no, he didn't lie. He just gave anecdotal evidence to show that being on Game Pass can have a benefit. Obviously, it's not going to apply to every single game on the service, but for some games it could, and it has.
Nah,
Yeah,
that
like
nigga
even
lying.
freaking Guardians of the Galaxy even said that.
Nigga
Yes.
don't know the truth. He lying. Don't believe him. You
I
never
mean,
know. Stay woke,
in the
my
la-
brothers.
in the last 2 months, we have 2 games specifically. High Life did extremely well on Game Pass.
Right.
You know, it sold well on Steam. It was top of the charts for a while. You know, so that's a positive for it being on Game Pass. And then just recently, Hi-Fi Rush, when it shadow dropped, it actually made more money, even being it was cheaper than Forspoken, and actually made more money on Steam than Forspoken. And it was available on Game Pass. So like the whole correlation where if it's on Game Pass, it's losing sales doesn't really, meet what they're talking about. It just doesn't meet at all.
And
Because there are games that are actually it's outselling.
right.
You know?
And not only that, but like just because like we know if a game is on Game Pass, obviously it's not gonna sell as much as it would if it wasn't because it's on Game Pass. So it's like the sales for like Forza Horizon 5, just using that as an example, like that probably would have sold a little bit more if it wasn't on Game Pass, but it was. So now the amount of people playing it actually has like it was like 20 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think the week before it even came out, when people were pre-ordering it, it had like $1 million in sales.
Yeah. So it's
Before it
like
even came
people
out.
still buy
So-
these games. Obviously, if it wasn't on Game Pass, maybe it would have been bigger. But the fact that it's on Game Pass means more people can play it, which means more people subscribe, which means more money monthly. So
Exactly.
it's like a give and take. Like that, it counterbalances each other.
Yeah, the whole notion that
Sales equals
sales.
success.
Yeah, sales equals success is gone. The game has changed. Xbox changed the game. People don't like it. People don't like that it's going subscription based, but they changed the game. They rewrit the rules and they don't like it. I'll say it. The Sony fanboys do not like it. They want the sales figures of the consoles, of the games. They want that to be their go-to. They want to raise it above their heads as a victory. But that's not what they're looking at. Ultimately they're looking at subscription service. If you're involved in their ecosystem, you're paying more money than just buying a one-time $70 game.
Right.
Like just look at the sales figures now for God of War Ragnarok. Where are the sales figures for that? Meanwhile, the sales figures are higher for games that are on Game Pass because more people are still playing them. And then if they like them, they're going to buy them. The more people that get the service will play the games.
Basically, like just advertising too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
people moving goalposts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. If it's not one thing, it's the first thing was, Xbox has no games. Now that Xbox has games, they're like, Xbox doesn't have good games. And then they moved the goalposts over. Hi-Fi Rush came out, so it was a good game. They're like, okay, well, Xbox doesn't have good over the shoulder
games.
over the shoulder, dad trouble games. It's like the goalpost always moves when it concerns Xbox, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna piggyback a little bit off of this for some FTC news. It just happened actually today. There was a Wall Street Journal opinion piece that came out of the former head of the FTC, Christine Wilson, has retired or resigned from the FTC because of the new head, Lena Khan. And she just, in this article, of course it's Wall Street Journal, so you have to pay to read the article, but I got a sneak peek of it, and she absolutely destroys Lena Khan. Completely destroys her, saying, she's doing everything just to try and be political. She's not following the law. She's just doing what she wants. She's trying to push her own agenda, implementing bad policies, and just stating the fact that the staff confidence in the FTC is down 40% in her leadership. And she went on a tangent, and now everybody's looking at her like, what the heck is going on? And this has a big play when it concerns the Activision deal. what are they doing? Are they doing it for political reasons? Or are they doing it because it's trying to follow the law? Or what's their angle here? Because apparently, even the ex-head of the FTC doesn't agree with what she's doing and how she approaches all these lawsuits that they're trying to do.
Yeah,
especially with egg on their face after losing a big lawsuit to Facebook.
Yeah, it's from the get-go. It's been obvious that it's a political move to try and like get one up on big tech or whatever. Like they're trying every excuse to try and have a W for big tech because they are, I don't want to say jealous. They want more power, and they don't like that they don't have the power to make these laws. That they have to go through this whole process or whatever. So they drag every freaking thing to their level because they can't make laws. They can only propose that the government makes laws. It's not like the CMA, which they can make the law, or the EC, they can make the law. The FTC cannot make laws. They can only propose that the government make laws, which is why they take things to court and stuff like that. So it's like it's all been a power play to try and gain more power.
Yeah, it's just it's getting a little bit ridiculous now. We have that the hearing by the CMAs at EU coming up on February 21st. So we'll get some more details out of that after they do the hearing. Everybody's invited to the hearing. The public, lawmakers. Sony's expected to be there. So I think we'll see, crying Jim Ryan and his team there trying to stop it. Hopefully he does it publicly so everybody can just point and laugh. And hopefully they come through out of this. Microsoft comes out of this on the better end, because even when it comes to Wall Street, they analyzed all 277 pages of the CMA's findings and conclusions, and according to the stock market, they think that everything seems fine and that the deal can go through simply because the Activision Blizzard share price is above what it was before receiving the findings. So they're like, okay, even after the findings came out, the share prices are going up, not down. If it was going down, that would trend badly. So they're like, okay, maybe this is a positive thing. Maybe, we can come out of this as a win. So we'll just have to wait and see. More details coming out on February 21st, but it's going to be a long road for sure.
Yeah, we're still in the thick of it.
Definitely.
God damn. A lot of information given.
It is. It is.
It's a lot. Trust me.
It's a whole headache. It's definitely a whole headache. And the last bit of what we got is for the game that everybody seems to be playing this past weekend was Hogwarts Legacy. As we know, it dropped Friday. For the people who are poor. And
I don't say that. Come on.
And for everybody else, it dropped on Tuesday, last Tuesday. So no, but I had it since Monday because as an Xbox player, I took a flight to New Zealand to play it early.
Let's
and it's Hogwarts Legacy is fantastic. I actually beat the game already. I put like 63 hours into it, and I'm five achievements away from 100%ing it.
God damn!
So, I'm gonna do it. It's fantastic. I fell in love with this game. It is the embodiment of Harry Potter and the whole world and lore. It is they did it justice. The developers at Portkey Games and Avalanche Studios did this justice. I'm glad they delayed it to make it what it was, because even before the official release, it was running amazing. 60 frames per second, 4K. It was awesome.
Hey, you got any thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy?
What was that? I did not hear that. You said Tay?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. On my headphones, it sounds like you said Eddie, and my brain went, "Who the fuck is Eddie?" I just started, so like I'm all about being a full menace to society and my Hufflepuff swag. So just know that I will be playing X. Gonna give it to you whenever I feel like one. And we will be playing King Vong and Little Dirk as we're getting ready for the Quidditch World Cups.
No.
I'm a.
The Dark Lord was actually a Hufflepuff this whole time.
He's like, here comes the Dark Lord. You just hear me. X gonna give it to you. You went on your own. For no reason. Oh my god, it's like fucking it's like the mod for Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah.
Every time I show up, it's just another rap song about killing people for no reason. Wake
so,
up! Oh my god! Just thought of it. Never go. Sorry, I just thought of another song. Go.
I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy, and as you know, I've said it on this podcast. I was very hesitant on it because I don't know. No, I'm not. I am not hesitant on every game, but I just, for whatever reason, just every single trailer that released for this game, just, I don't know, it just gave me a bad vibe. I felt like something was saying that this is not going to be a good game. Like, I don't know what it was. It was just a feeling. And I don't feel like that about a lot of games. So when I felt that about Hogwarts Legacy, I was like, okay, maybe it's something, or maybe it's just me. I don't know, because everybody was really excited for it. And thankfully, I didn't have to buy the game, although I almost did, because I fell for the hype, and I was like, oh, let me just try it. And then I bought it, and then Brother Jay in the chat, because we game share, he said, I already bought it. I was like, oh shit, refund. So
luckily, you brought it on the Xbox where they can refund you.
Yes, if I would have bought it on PlayStation, I would have been screwed. So I was playing it, and I admit I was wrong.
Yeah,
he was wrong. People, you hear?
I was wrong. I really enjoy the game.
Turn up the music. We in this bitch.
It's really fun. I feel like I was more worried about the combat because I saw like videos of it like right before it dropped, and it looked very, and honestly it probably could have just been the person playing.
It was definitely trash.
Yeah, it looked very like tough. But as I'm playing it, I'm like, yo, this kind of yeah. I'm not too far in the story, but so far I mean, Zay, you mentioned it before I started that it pops off from the start. So it's like
first 10 minutes was gang shit.
Yo, I was like, yo, shit is happening, and my name ain't Harry. But what I find interesting is how I mean, granted, it's fan service. This whole game is pretty much fan service.
The way
so it's like they weave like the established lore into the history. Like you have, what's his name? Phineas Black as the headmaster. Obviously, he's related to Sirius Black, and then the Weasleys.
Okay, hold on. Because
Weasley.
Hold on. Because they're not weaving this into history.
Okay,
these families have been around for generations.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's showing representation. It's not like these are just made up characters. Like, they exist. No. So I'm glad that they're showing them in the lore or whatever.
You offended him so bad. That's fucking funny.
Hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, what the fuck? Excuse me, brother.
Wrong podcast.
What I didn't like, and what it didn't turn me off on the game specifically, but the whole discourse regarding this game was just, oh my god, it was giving me a headache. Because on the one hand, well, we won't go too deep into it because it involves like the whole J.K. Rowling controversy or whatever. But people were going crazy about like boycotting this game.
Oh yeah.
And on the one hand, I acknowledge them, because if they feel like they don't want to support something like this, that's their prerogative. They can do whatever they want, and I will support them, whatever. But when it comes to like preaching others to do so and going so far as to send death threats to
Yeah.
people who are wanting to play the game, that's just on the next level. Like
Yeah,
I've
it is.
seen multiple people who were like harassing others who planned on playing the game.
I mean, some of the biggest outspeakers, they actually made a whole website where
Yeah,
you can see who is streaming it, and it labeled them transphobic just for playing this game,
right.
and that's wrong. If you don't wanna play a game because you believe it's transphobic, that's your right. You have every right to not buy, play, or purchase anything from the Harry Potter world or universe because of the author's remarks. I get that. I will fight for your right to have that, but don't impede other people's wants and rights
Enjoyment.
to
Yeah,
join in on the fun and playing a game simply because you believe it's transphobic.
right.
You believe it's transphobic, that's probably fine. That's your belief. Nobody should take that away from you. But don't label everybody who plays this game as transphobic.
Transphobic, because
And
there's people who don't even know about the whole controversy.
exactly, there are actual people from the LGBT community who are playing this game who love
Yeah.
it. They're not transphobic. They're in the community. They just
What?
want to enjoy, despite the author's past transphobic words. They just want to enjoy the game because they still
Right.
love the world that she created, and they shouldn't be ousted for doing that. They had a whole website to literally stop people from watching them or
Yeah.
from showing them that they're playing the game, so they should be harassed.
Yeah, they went real extra with it, and that's not cool. So there's a streamer on Twitch. His name is Hassan Piker. He said he was gonna stream the game because he wasn't even interested, but he saw a lot of people talking about it. He bought into the hype. He said he was gonna stream the game, but he knew the controversy behind it. So he said he was gonna do basically like a charity stream where he was gonna raise money for like I guess a trans charity, and so that way kind of like counterbalance to like make it more fair, whatever. Because he wanted to acknowledge the people who felt like they were being affected by this game or whatever.
Yeah.
They bullied him to not playing the game because they were harassing him and shaming him and all this and that. Even though he was trying to spin it into something more positive, he just said, "You know what? I'm not even gonna bother because these people, they're crazy. Like they're going way too hard for this game. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's like it's just insane."
I mean, no matter what, J.K. Rowling is still and will always be a billionaire.
Yeah.
She's made her money. She's gonna get her royalties no matter what, whether people buy the game or not. But it doesn't matter. She made her money. Let people enjoy it. Stop bullying other people because you feel like her words are bad. Yeah, her words were bad. Absolutely. She completely ruined her reputation. But that doesn't mean that you have to bully somebody because they want to play a game or read a book, It just doesn't make any sense. You're going too far left on this,
Yeah.
You're going too far.
It's like you said, it's harassment, and that's not cool regardless of what side you're on.
Yeah, I mean, there are actual people were worried about representation within this game because it takes place in the 1890s, but if you actually play the game, there are a bunch of female black characters. There are a bunch of there's trans characters, gay characters.
Yeah.
And people even had a problem with that, saying, "Oh, the trans character name is
because the name sounded like a joke or something like that."
No, well, the name was Serona Ryan, so they're like, "Oh, that's offensive." But people when fans, when they go about to do their surgeries and everything, they change their names to something that sounds similar to what they had. That happens in the real world. When people are changing their names, they want to keep it similar but different to the point where how they feel comfortable. But then there are some trans people who completely change their names altogether because they don't want to associate with their past. Again, that's fine, but that's their prerogative. That's their right. They could do that. You know, we shouldn't be taking people's rights away just because you feel a certain way about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to get too much
know,
into this
I
because no, it's hard not to talk about all this stuff when bringing it up. So it's
I mean,
all right.
Because we're gamers, you know, we're also allies, but we're also gamers, and we're gonna play what we want to play, and we shouldn't be bullied out of it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Hey, any words?
No, fantastic. At a certain point, when it comes down to certain things, there's nothing to add when something's said correctly.
Appreciate you,
That's
brother.
all it is. Just be nice to people. That's all we want, right?
Yeah, just one thing. Never death threats. Never okay. Unless it's an actual person committing genocide. A death threat's never okay. Because I'm still upset. In fact, anytime you want to send a death threat to somebody for something as minuscule as playing a video game, being ridiculous.
Yeah.
All the people you make fun of, everyone likes to make fun of the people on the politicians, Republican politicians, because they hate books, especially in Florida, where they're getting rid of books. As soon as this comes, y'all want to do death threats to people that want to read these books. You see how hypocritical this sounds?
Definitely.
Always be fair to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Or respect people. That's generally what this is about, being respectful to others.
Yeah.
So
that's about it.
yeah. I mean, there's not much more to talk about. I mean, we're about done anyway, so
right.
It was perfect timing.
Happy Valentine's Day, motherfucker.
That's right. It is Valentine's Day.
Or single
As
awareness.
we're recording it.
Single awareness day for some people.
Single awareness day.
I love that.
Hey man, it's gonna be okay. If you're alone, have a cuddle up when
Valentine's Day isn't just celebrate the people. It doesn't celebrate your significant other, and I guess in social media celebrate your girlfriend or your whatever partner you have. It's also a time to celebrate your friends and your family, people you love in general.
Exactly.
So say happy Valentine's Day to everybody that you care about if you want to. If you don't want to, at least show that you love them still.
Also, take this opportunity to be your own Valentine. Love yourself.
Yeah, like I do. Not like that though.
Light a candle, get some tissues.
No.
He set down the candle. He lit it. It was lavender. He knew this was going to be the best.
And that's it for the show, people.
Okay. I should have said that.
This is going to be the best movie night ever.
Yeah, that kind of movie.
Hey, don't twist it there. I'm being nice.
All right. Thanks for listening and watching, guys. Follow us on our socials. It's on the screen. On our link tree will be in the description. Twitter, TikTok, all that nice stuff.
Follow my social. I don't like you at all. I don't like none of you.
What?
So don't follow my social. I don't want none of y'all.
Well, it's the page's social. I don't even know your socials though.
Yeah. You'll never know.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.